Leeds were a force in both English and European football under Don Revie.
Now first we won the League Cup, and before so very long, the Intercities champions were really going strong. And once again at Wembley you will hear us sing this song.
6 major trophies, Division 1 champions twice, finishing in the top 4 for 10 consecutive seasons above Chelsea every single time, scoring against Chelsea more times than vice versa, beating Chelsea more times than vice versa, and recording a 7-0 win against them in the process.
Leeds were undoubtedly top dogs, except for perhaps one season.
The 1969-70 season saw Leeds and Dave Sexton's Chelsea meet 6 times in just 7 months, finishing 2nd and 3rd in Division 1 respectively. Leeds won both games in the league, 2-0 at Elland Road and 5-2 at Stamford Bridge. It was Chelsea who got the better of Leeds in a League Cup 3rd round replay though, and they met again on April 11th for the FA Cup final.
20 minutes gone, no score.
On the 20th minute, Jack Charlton headed Leeds in front at Wembley.
A goal! It's a goal! I think it's Charlton.
Chelsea levelled things up through Peter Houseman just before half-time.
There you go! Oh, terrible mistake there! By strength!
Nick Jones thought he'd won it for Leeds in the 84th minute,
How unlucky can you get? Jones! A goal! Nick Jones! 2-1.
but Chelsea equalised again just 2 minutes later through Ian Hutchinson.
A goal!
30 minutes of extra time couldn't separate the sides, and so the final would be played again 18 days later.
And it's a draw in 1970. The first time since 1912 a great match has ended. The last time, 1912 at Crystal Palace. And so it's a replay on the 29th.
Chelsea's Tommy Baldwin once said, "There were a lot of scores being settled from previous games whenever we played Leeds, and it always just seemed to go mad, with everyone kicking each other."
But there were none more mad than the 1970 FA Cup final replay here at Old Trafford.
Leeds and Chelsea already had a dramatic FA Cup history. In 1952, they contested a gruelling 5th round tie, which took 3 matches to produce a winner. Chelsea prevailed 5-1 in a second replay, but were forced to make 7 changes in a subsequent match due to the fearsome tackling on display, which you might call foreshadowing.
Free kick to Chelsea.
Chelsea also beat Leeds in the 1966 4th round.
Bad luck for Leeds that they were up against Bonetti in tremendous form. On this showing, perhaps the best goalkeeper in the world.
Controversially, Chelsea beat Leeds again in the 1967 semi-final. Leeds had 2 late goals disallowed.
Rebner, chance for Cooper. Yes, it goes offside. He's offside. A minute to go. Giles with a free kick. Lorimer. A goal! He's scored! Great goal! No, he's disallowed it. He has disallowed it.
The FA deemed Wembley's pitch to be in such appalling condition after the 1970 final that the replay would be held in Manchester. As of right now, it's the only time in 102 years that an FA Cup final has been held at an English football stadium other than Wembley. The stage was set then for what would go down as the most brutal match in English football history.
And now Gray for Leeds as the white shirts of Leeds come forward once more. Clark. This is a better break. And now for Mick Jones. A good break by Jones. And he's still going on for Jones. A goal! Leeds go into the lead with 35 minutes gone.
But just as they did at Wembley, Chelsea equalised late on through Peter Osgood.
Here's Hollins again. And now Osgood. Hutchinson. Cook takes it up. Osgood's got on his run. And there's the ball coming in. Osgood! A wonderful goal!
It wasn't just the football grabbing headlines though.
Here's Peter Osgood being pursued by Cooper and then beaten by... Oh, my goodness!
The match was a complete bloodbath, with Leeds and Chelsea trading everything from kicks to punches continuously. Chelsea's Ron Harris, nicknamed Chopper, and United's Norman Hunter, nicknamed Norman Bites Your Legs, were heavily involved, as well as Ian Hutchinson, Jack Charlton, Eddie McCready and Billy Bremner. Eric Jennings issued just 1 yellow card in 2 hours. In 2020, Michael Oliver re-refereed the game and issued 11 red cards.
And a foul.
Foul on Gray by Ron Harris. Gray has not been as effective in this game as he was at Wembley, thanks in no small measure to the work of Ron Harris. Up there by Eddie Gray. And Gray and Hutchinson getting involved there. Down goes Hutchinson again, has a little nibble at Bremner as he does so.
Cook has suddenly sprinted away. And Osborne and Bremner. And, Hutchinson right into Bremner. There was no excuse for that. And he must be booked.
Leeds, they've always looked dangerous down there. Bremner getting involved again. Bremner getting involved once more. And Hutchinson saying that Bremner's talking too much. Devastating one as well. Oh, my goodness, the feet. I think it was McCready there. On Bremner, possibly. The feet were really high then, and the referee's just allowed it to go on. That had to be dangerous play, yes, by Eddie McCready on Billy Bremner.
Bremner leads. And Bremner tripped, and it's Bremner leads and brought down by Cooper. And not much doubt about that foul by Baldwin on Cooper. And in goes Hunter like a tank. Foul.
Try a longer one into the Leeds box again, just to see what that might produce. It's a good long one. Not gone again towards David Webb. And Chelsea are in the lead.
Chelsea won in the 104th minute of extra time.
And there goes the final whistle. And Chelsea have won the cup.
Neither side had won the FA Cup before. Leeds went on to win the competition just 2 years later.
Of the Football Association, Dennis follows, the FA Secretary alongside him. And Harris lifts the cup. And Chelsea say it's ours.
The result marked an end to what is perhaps still Leeds United's greatest ever season that they actually won nothing in. And though Chelsea had so triumphantly just won their first FA Cup, the headlines focused more on the shock of Leeds not winning it. An article in the Daily Record read, "The impossible has happened. Leeds United, hailed as Britain's team of the century only 3 short weeks ago, tipped to win a fabulous treble of the European Cup, Division 1 and FA Cup titles, have finally won nothing." The Daily Post wrote, "Rarely has a game of this importance been so ridden with spiteful fouls, watched by an amazingly lenient referee who could have sent off any of 6 players." And an article in the Grimsby Evening Telegraph read, "It was the roughest game I've ever seen. Chelsea came here with one intention, to stop Leeds playing football."
To this day, it is the most watched live television broadcast of a domestic sports event in the UK ever, pulling in 28.4 million viewers, more than any boxing match, more than any royal wedding, and more than the 2012 Olympics closing ceremony. Once dubbed the most brutal in English football,
This game has history.
is a grudge match that goes back 60 years.
Beaten by, oh my goodness.
And yet many people don't even know why.
They pulled the biggest f***ing axe out of his coat I've ever seen.
This is Leeds United versus Chelsea.
This is Chelsea versus Leeds revisited. Feet flying all over the place.
Filthiest FA Cup ever. Riot on the London Underground.
Throwing bricks. Fucking, yeah, really bad.